Welcome to the IntraTrain podcast on virtual instructor-led leadership training. Today we want to demonstrate the VILT, virtual instructor-led training, how we incorporate interactivity, discussion, and the use of media to cover a key learning point in our leadership development course, How Do Leadership Influence Results? This is Jerry Van Ort, CEO at IntraTrain. With me today is Jonathan Shaver, Principal at Envision Partners. Jonathan is a leadership development coach. Jonathan functions as a senior consultant for IntraTrain clients, facilitating leadership development class sessions and post-class coaching and skill reinforcement. Welcome, Jonathan.
Hey, thanks for the invitation, Jerry. It's a pleasure to be here and to share a sample today of the great work and engaging approaches that you're using at IntraTrain.
Well, thank you, Jonathan. Jonathan, today, as I said earlier, we're focusing on how do leaders influence results. Whatever the style of leadership, leadership is clearly about achieving results through others based on the influence of the leader. How do we define influence? Influence is the process of discovering what others want in order to make a fair exchange for something that you want. Jonathan, why is knowing how to use power thoughtfully and appropriately important to leaders?
So, Jerry, as we learn about in the Achieving Results Through Leadership program, that right leadership action depends upon three parts. That's the leader themselves, the others or their team, and those that they want to influence, and the actual specifics of the situation. So as we think about it, there's a bond between the leader and their team. And that bond is really essential for influencing and changing the business situation. So maybe think of the bond between a leader and their team like a rope or a chain that holds that leader and team together.
Mm-hmm.
And if that leader pulls too hard with too much power, well, that bond is going to break. That chain, that rope is going to break, and you're not going to move the situation at all. And it's also the case that if you don't pull hard enough, you're not going to have influence on the team, and you're also not going to move or change that business situation. So it's really about balancing the power. And I think, too, there are different kinds of power that we want to talk about today.
And that's important. So we're going to distinguish them between the types of power and possibly how they are used appropriately in each situation.
Yeah.
All right.
That's right. Yeah.
Do we want to watch the video now, Jonathan?
Yeah, I think that's a really great idea.
There are three primary sources of power that give leaders influence and something to exchange. Positional power comes from the formal position a leader holds within the organization. Position power reflects the legal or organizational power that can be wielded as necessary and does not require a personal relationship with constituents. This power is often based on fear and intimidation. In most organizations, a leader who relies on positional power in the long term fails. Personal power is the extent that others respect, feel good about, and are committed to you, and how well you accomplish the things you have been tasked to accomplish, or credibility. It is the power you have because people around you choose to give you power due to a positive relationship or feeling they have about you. Knowledge power comes from several sources. Being an expert in the field, knowing a task or function better than others, understanding the skills required for a specific task or job, or a profound intellectual advantage over others.
Well, Jonathan, this has been certainly, I think, informative. And I hope the people that I have an opportunity to view and listen will look at the program as something that could be of value and importance to their organization. And we welcome their requesting and asking for additional information. So we'll end this session and look forward to the next topic.
Thank
Thank you again.
you, Jerry.